there's something in the woods. And Algonquin Park is known for having bears and wolves and stuff like that. It's not a game. We looked outside and it was pitch black. Everything's wet and I can't go to sleep. And he dropped the iPhone X immediately as the rain was pouring down on us. And we were just, rowing like Spanish conquistadors. Hey, what's up, guys? Today is gonna be a nice little change of pace. Today we're gonna do a story time. This is the story of how me and my friends got lost in the woods 2 years ago in 2018. This is the first time I actually went camping. There are 4 of us in this group. One of them had been camping before, so I was kind of excited to go camping for the first time. So 2 weeks before we went camping, there was a little get together. We had to plan where we were going, ration the food, and like how much it's gonna cost, whatever. So after all that stuff was figured out, we checked the weather to see if it was gonna be a good day to go camping. And I think what happened was that we booked the trip before we checked the weather, and the weather was not looking good, at least for the first 2 days. But the guys were like, don't worry about it, it's gonna be good weather. So I was like, all right, cool, you know what I mean? These guys are master campers. They know about camping more than me, so it's gonna be fine. So the day of, we take this drive. It's from Ottawa to Algonquin Park, which is about 2.5 hours, I think, something like that. It's closer to Toronto. We get there after the drive, and then we start trying to look for the camping site. So when we get there, there's these 2 trails. One is a hiking trail, and one is like the trail to find the camping grounds. So I don't think we saw the signs or whatever. We accidentally took the hiking trail, and then I think after maybe 45 minutes to an hour of hiking, we got tired, and 2 of the people in the group started camping there on the hiking spot, even though it was clearly a hiking spot and not a camping spot. We started making food and stuff like that. So me and my other friend James, we were like, dude, we're not supposed to be here right now. We're gonna get in trouble. We went back to the parking lot and we took the other trail to see if there were camping grounds there. After 30 to 45 minutes of hiking and climbing up hills and stuff like that, we found a camping spot, like it was off the cliff of a hill. There was a big lake in between the hiking spot and the camping ground that we found, and the only way we could get from the hiking spot to the camping ground was if we took a canoe. So we had to go to like the main office at the entrance and rent a canoe. So we go to the main entrance and then we asked the guy for a canoe. The guy asked us, oh, you guys just came here? And we're like, no, we've been trying to look for the camping spot for a bit. And then he just looked at us. He was like, he didn't say this. His face was like, you idiots, like you're supposed to get the canoe. How are you supposed to find the camping spot if you don't use the canoe? By the time we got the canoe, it started to like lightly drizzle a little bit, and we were just rowing like Spanish conquistadors. As the rain was pouring down on us, I was feeling like Christopher Columbus coming to steal people's land, coming to mislabel an entire group of people. As we were crossing this great lake, we found the guys. They were still chilling on the hiking spot, obviously. The closer and closer we got to them, the more and more it started to rain, and we were screwed. Like all of our clothes were starting to get wet. We put all of our clothes as fast as we could into the canoe, and then we crossed the lake again. By the time we canoed to the camping spot, it started to like really start raining, and as we were setting up the tarp, we were just getting like drenched in water. Everything was wet, like our clothes were wet. It was the most miserable experience ever. Like it was like we just took a plunge into like a swimming pool. After we set up the tent and barely got a fire going because the coal was so wet, we were so defeated after we finished eating that we just went to sleep at around like 8 p.m. As we're trying to sleep, in the middle of the night, the water starts seeping through the tarp of the tent, and then it seeps through like my little bed thing. So now I can't even go to sleep because my bed is like all wet and stuff. I'm just in like a fetal position in the middle of the night, just like super like frustrated. Everything's wet and I can't go to sleep. There's 3 other guys like, dude, man, screw this, bro. Let's just go back to the car where it's dry. James, he's like the OG camper. He just slept through this whole night. Like he had his sleeping bag, he had all the equipment, he was fine. So we got up and we just left James in this dark forest. As we got out of the tent, we looked outside and it was pitch black. There was this layer of cloud cover blocking the moon. No light was coming through. Everything was pitch black, like darkness. The game Slender Man? It was just like that, pitch black. So now we're like, okay, we gotta get back to the car. How are we gonna do this? So I go up this hill and then we start taking the walking trail in the middle of the night. There's 3 of us. All you could see was the flashlight and everything was darkness. So as we're going halfway through the hiking trail, we hear like a noise. And then I asked my friend, I'm like, yo, was that you? Did you kick a can or something? And the guy was like, no, man, it's just us 3 out here. So immediately after he said that, I was like, yo, bro, there's something in the woods. And Algonquin Park is known for having bears and wolves and stuff like that. So it's like, it's not a game, it's very serious. It's very serious stuff. So at that point, I'm so scared. I'm like, okay, don't even think about bears right now. Just keep going, just keep going. So eventually we get to the parking lot. We go to sleep in the car, you know, nice and dry. We wake up the next day. It's like a beautiful day. It's super dry. It's super hot. All of our clothes dry up. And we found James completely fine. He slept through the night like a baby. At some point, our friend woke up, whatever, and he wanted to come back to the hiking spot, so he used the canoe. He dropped his iPhone X. At this time, the iPhone X just came out and it was like $1,000 something. And he dropped the iPhone X immediately into the lake and it just fell. It was gone. As soon as he got it, he just started freaking out. I was like, oh my God. He was already having a bad time. So he was completely pissed off at this point. He got so mad, he just got up and left and drove all the way back to Ottawa, and he bought a new iPhone, dude, the same day. We went hiking. We went to see like some kind of canyon type thing. I don't know if I can find the picture, but it was pretty sweet. That was the story of how we almost got attacked potentially by a bear in the middle of the woods in the middle of the night. The moral of the story is don't bring your expensive phones on a camping trip. And if you do, make sure to have like zip pants or whatever so it doesn't fall out. Just be prepared. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'm trying something new. My last story time worked pretty well. To this day, it's the one with the highest views, so I'm gonna try to do story times. I have a couple more stories left. Let me know if you like the story. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next week with hopefully another story or maybe some other music stuff. I'm not sure. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you around. Peace.